Home building process explained. Step 3, the build phase. Welcome to the third and final step in our home building process series, the build phase. If you followed along, we covered planning and design, phase 1, feasibility, detailed design. Remember, the big arc of time covers from the very beginning to the very end. Phase 1, feasibility. Phase 2, detailed design, working drawings, and permitting. And now we're into the third thing, the third umbrella under the big umbrella, which is the construction phase. It's time to take those blueprints, those ideas, all the work that you've done, and actually execute on those. Turn those into the home, the renovation, the addition, the kitchen, the bathroom, whatever it might be that you've spent months planning and thinking about, and now it's time to go do it. But the build phase just isn't about construction. There's a lot more to it than just banging together a couple of nails and slapping some paint on the walls, right? It requires a significant amount of careful and thorough coordination and effective scheduling and managing the changes and the surprises that come in along the way to continue to make sure that everything goes smoothly and we arrive at that end goal when we want to, how we want to, and remaining on budget. Hi, my name is Charlie and I am with Armada Design and Build in Bellevue, Washington. We are a full-service design, build, renovation, remodeling, and new construction contractor. We take care of everything from the very beginning all the way through the complete end, and we're here to help you understand what construction, home renovation, remodeling is all about and how to do it. Are you ready to start your project, or at least ready to learn? Contact us today to schedule an in-home consultation, and let's talk about how we can make your vision a reality. Whether you're remodeling, renovating, or building a brand new home, Armada Design and Build is your partner you need to make it happen. Your dream home is just a phone call away. Number 1. During the construction, we've decided we're going to do it. We've gotten our permits. We've gotten everything picked out, designed, planned, selected. We're ready to go, right? Or at least we think we are. All those decisions have been made. Now, this is where the rubber meets the road, and it's time to schedule. Once that design is locked in, we're ready to go. A solid timeline is essential to keeping it on track and making sure that we've got all the parts and pieces that we're pulling together, all the resources, the material comes in when we need it, the guys are ready to do the work when it's time for them to do the work, so that we can keep that schedule on track and the project is completed on time. It's not as simple as just picking the date and hoping for the best, right? Here's how we approach it. We have a detailed project timeline that we schedule every single task that's going to be in there, from demo to paint to shower door install to countertop templating to countertop installation, trim work. All of those things, every single one of them have a spot on the schedule. They're scheduled by a day or a number of days, and it's all broken down by task, and that we're pulling together the required resources. We know if we have a conflict, if we've got 2 crews scheduled at the same place on the same day, we're aware of that so that we can sort that out weeks in advance and not find out, tomorrow that someone's supposed to be in 2 places. The timeline will show the start and the finish for each part of the job, the materials coming in, making sure all of our subcontractors are in place. We schedule the inspections and all of the steps that are necessary to keep your project on time. Scheduling efficiency. We use software, construction management software, that aids us to make sure that we've got this all sorted out. We have built templates for all the types of jobs so that we don't forget things. Things are properly sequenced. We don't overlap things, but at the same time, we don't have unnecessary gaps, that if we can have 2 people on the job at the same time, guys working outside, guys working inside, then let's do that so that we can shorten the overall time frame. Drywall installation starting before the plumbing's finished, that's not a thing. Or people coming in to do some work before the inspection is complete. We can't cover something up until it's been inspected. So all of those things have to be done in the right order, or everything gets thrown off. We avoid these pitfalls, saving time, which then also ultimately all of this time converts to money, keeping the cost under control. Coordination and communication, Very crucial. Everybody knows this, that when you're trying to embark on an endeavor as complex and thorough as this, that without good communication, you got no chance. Even with great communication, it's a very difficult task to do, but we really, really want to make sure that we're communicating with our suppliers, with our subcontractors, and they know when we need them and when we don't, so that everything hits the dates it needs to be. Our project manager is in constant contact with all of the people on the team required to complete your job. One of the benefits of our construction management software is that it will also do those contacts for him, automated, like reminders that going out that, hey, you need your drywalling in 2 weeks, you're painting in a week, and if there's a problem, let us know now. So we are anticipating and constantly looking ahead to make sure we're on track for today, and will continue to be on track down the road. And if something comes up, we have a surprise like we talked about in one of the earlier videos, something we didn't anticipate, and now we have to start moving the schedule a little bit. It allows us to do it effectively. If a subcontractor's running behind, he's taking a couple of days longer at another job, or materials are delayed and we're not be able to get it, we can manipulate that schedule on the fly and do what we can to adjust it to keep things moving forward. Weather, right? Weather can be an issue when you're working outside. If everything we're doing, if we're remodeling your kitchen, weather not really an issue other than maybe getting some stuff or people getting there. In the Seattle area, we obviously have issues with rain constantly. So when we're working outside, we have to anticipate that, or we have to add extra time to the schedule to make sure that we're able to tarp things or put up covers to keep things dry while we're under construction. Snow obviously can slow you down, particularly when you're on the roof or you're painting. Cold weather, this happens in lots of places. So we have to make sure we're able to manage and deal with and try to anticipate those things. Obviously, no one can anticipate the weather exactly, even the professionals, but we know it's gonna happen, so we just need to be prepared to react when it does. Number 2, change orders. This is a big one, and lots of people are concerned about this, not specifically change orders, but how can we contain cost, right? What is ultimately this project going to cost is one of the big questions people have. And change orders lead to projects going over budget or costing more. We do not like change orders. We don't want to have change orders because they take time. They really slow the job down. That's why we do the amount of work and the meticulous upfront design work that we do to try and eliminate them as much as possible. So that's why we spend all that time in phase 1 and 2 in the feasibility study and the detailed design phase to try to eliminate change orders. They're never going to always go away, I don't think, but doing everything you can to minimize them and then reacting to them quickly, and being fair about what it costs. Like, how much did it cost to get over this little hurdle? Let's get it done, get it approved, and move on. What is a change order, right? Often people ask, I've heard of a change order, what is it? And it is essentially, it's an amendment or an addendum to the contract. Because our contract is for a specific scope of work. We're installing 500 square feet of drywall or flooring on your job. And it turns out that we have to install 700 square feet of flooring for whatever reason. So the change order would be to document and include the cost of that additional work, that additional 200 square feet of flooring. So there's should be a formal process for that, and ours is all managed on our construction management software online on your job portal, where we would post the change order, you would be able to read it, you would see the cost, and then you would be able to approve it. And then it becomes a part of our agreement. So we've changed what it is that we're doing, and now we're doing that extra work. So how do we manage a change order? Right? We would understand what the new scope of work is. What is it that we have to do? Did we find something as a surprise in the wall? Or are we going to need to do some additional work? We would evaluate how that's going to affect the overall budget. What more does that thing cost that we have to do now that we weren't planning on doing? Is there a timeline effect, which almost always there is? And then what's the stuff? Do we need to order things? Can we get the stuff that we need? So what do we got to do? Where do we get the stuff to do it? And then how much does that stuff cost, labor and material? And then when? Is it gonna come in, or how long? And maybe it's not a problem at all on timing. But those are the main components of managing a change order. Can we keep going? Do we literally have to stop? Or understanding what that means. As part of all of our change orders, we not only include a description and a cost, but we also talk about the timeline. How much time is this going to add to our project schedule at the end? And we will show you that on your schedule and see where we've added the additional days. Number 3, quality assurance and inspections. The build phase just isn't about construction. It's about building it right. You can go out and slap something together, not be very good, not well insulated, not structurally sound, not square, not level, whatever the case may be. And at Armada, we have our own standards, but there's also the standard of the building department, the city, the county, whomever that may be. And this is where the inspections come along. Every step is an opportunity for quality control to make sure that the home is up to our standard that we've set here at Armada. Inspections throughout the construction phase are dictated by the building department. They have them at certain steps, like you have to have a rough electrical inspection so that all the wiring is put in before it's covered up with insulation and drywall. They come and look at a rough electrical. They look at rough plumbing. They look at the framing where we've changed the box or built the house. That's a big one. Anytime we're doing foundation work, we're digging and pouring concrete and putting in foundations and pads, they come and look at that every step of the way, not just at the end. They look at it when the steel's in, before the concrete's poured, after the concrete's poured, before it's covered up. So there are many inspections that the city or governing body requires, but there's also the inspections that we have ourselves, our regular checklist. The finishes, the look, how good is the drywall finish itself? Is it even? Is it smooth? Is it consistent? Is there a problem with the drywall? We do a wall inspection before we move on to paint and make sure that the walls are good before we move to the next step. Number 4, final touches and completion. Now we're in the last half lap. We've done all the other stuff. We are getting near the end. We're approaching the final stages of building, and it's time for those little final finishing touches. Completion walkthroughs. We will conduct a walkthrough with the client. We go over all aspects of the project. We will develop a punch list that is a list of all things that need to be completed, that we work together, like, oh, that piece of trim is missing, or I need a touch up on the wall right there, or that paint needs a little touch up over there. Whatever it might be, we put that list together, and then we schedule all of that work to be done. We build a punch list schedule. And then once everything on the punch list is completed, then the job is finally done. That's our substantial completion date. And the reason that we need a date is because we give a warranty. And so warranties have timelines. And so that we complete the punch list, that's your substantial completion final day, and the warranty starts the next day. And we move through any warranty claims that we have as they come up, but getting to the final punch list and completing that is a huge, huge milestone. Final cleanup and the handover. So we always include cleaning up the space immediately around the project that we're working in adjacent spaces. So we'll come through and we'll clean up. Our team make sure that the home is spotless. We take drawers out of cabinets, wipe them off. We do the windows and the stickers off the windows. Everything is cleaned. It's a new build clean. We'll walk through, go over everything with you. We'll hand over all of the materials to you. We have a book where your window materials, your sort of care and feeding of all the things, like how to keep my countertop clean without damaging it, how to keep my floor clean without damaging it. Sort of like the care and feeding of all your products, all your materials for the things that are manufactured products will go in there, your roofing stuff, your windows, whatever those might be. And finish it up and then hand over the keys to the finally done, here you go. And so that is a long-winded way to talk about how we get from that concept idea of, boy, we'd really like to do something to this house, through the design phase, the permits, through the construction, to reality. It's finally done, right? We can see it. And we here at Armada feel we handled it with precision and care. From the detailed scheduling to the seamless change order management, we ensure your project runs smoothly, on time, in budget, and when you're ready, to bring your dream home to life, don't wait. Get in touch with Armada Design and Build today. Our team is here to manage every detail, making sure your home building journey is as stress-free and rewarding as possible.